Hey guys, it's Thomas, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing Peter Garrity's new product, WP Traffic App. Now this is a WordPress plugin. Again, it's from Peter Garrity, who has created several other WordPress plugins like P1 Video Magnet, P1 Traffic Magnet, and the rest of the P1 suite. Now, WP Traffic App is actually a brand new application. It's coming out tomorrow, July 5th. And I got early access to it from Peter Garrity because I'm one of his preferred affiliates. So I wanted to walk through it and show you guys this application. The first thing I'd recommend once you get access to this plugin, should you decide to purchase it, is that you go through the tutorials and look at all the videos in here. He'll actually show you how to set up the Facebook integration, Twitter, Tumblr, and then the URL shorteners, as well as a few other things. So it helps to go through the videos. It took me maybe 2 hours to set everything up, so there is a little bit of work involved. Now I was also doing other things during that time, so if you sat down and went through everything, I would imagine you could do it in under an hour. But there is a little work involved in setting it up. With anything that's real online, you are going to have to do some work, and that's one of the things I've ran into in promoting Peter's stuff in the past, is that some people will find it difficult and they won't ever get into it. And I highly recommend that if you pick up this plugin, you actually take action, set it up, and I think you'll get a lot of value out of it, because all of Peter's products are created to make you money, and he is a millionaire marketer as far as I know. He's had some huge launches, so I would imagine that he is. And he also does SEO, and he's heavily involved in his business. I heard him say at one point he had about 50 employees, so his software is serious software, and it's created by real internet marketers and developers that make applications. So there's a lot of stuff out there, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but there's a lot of stuff out there that, it's mainly put out just to make people money for the launch. Peter doesn't do that. He actually creates software for his customers, and if you take action with it, again, you're going to see results. So let's get into what this plugin does, and I can show you a few examples. All right. So I've went ahead and set this up on one of my sites, and I'm going to take a look at the Explorer. The main parts of this application that I noticed are the Explorer, the Active Source, Designer, and Publisher. Explorer is where you actually go through and find images. The point of WP Traffic App, what it does is it goes onto Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, and it finds the most popular posts, and you can actually import them, change them a little bit through the Designer if you wish, and then publish them to your own platform. So you can take content from Twitter, for example, publish it to Facebook. You can take content from Facebook and publish it to Facebook, whatever you want to do there. And one of the nice things when we get into the publisher, you'll see that he actually has things set up so that you can use these for ad images, or you can use them for just regular posts. It has all the different sizes and everything built in. And again, if you hear any fireworks in the background, I'm doing this review the night before this launches. So it's July 4th here right now, and I'm in doing the work creating this video for you. So hopefully you guys get some value out of this, and hopefully you decide to purchase it through my link. Alright, so let me give you an example of how this works. I'm going to go ahead and search for poker. This is a site, a niche that I'm involved in, and I actually am working on this site with a partner of mine, and they asked me earlier this week, they were like, do you have any software that we can use to find viral images, right? Or images that are doing really well, or posts, popular posts on these different networks. And the software that I had, I'm like, yeah, I do. And I logged in and everything, and it didn't work anymore. It's something that I had spent a couple $100 on, no longer worked. So I was kind of bummed about that, but I was excited when I found WP Traffic App, because this does a lot of the same thing. So I went ahead and searched for poker. As you can see, it returns all these results. Has a little image to show you where it's coming from. These are Twitter images. You can click see more here. I have no idea why that's coming up, but apologize for that one. Okay, so here's some good images coming in from Facebook, and it also has Tumblr as well, but we'll go ahead and select a few of these images. I'm going to add them to the active source. What that means is essentially you're going to add these to your library so that you can use them later. It's kind of like a light board, I guess. That's a cool image here. So we'll add a few. I'll click see more and we'll add some more. Ooh, that's a cool one. That's a nice one there. You get the idea here, and you can actually sort these by relevance, by how many likes they've received, shares, comments, so that will tell you kind of if a post has got more attention or if it's a viral post. You can do it so that it will do only Facebook and Twitter, or all, which is Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. Alright, so we've got a few images in there. Let me show you what the active source does. We'll click that. And this will be the images that we just added. This is one I added earlier. I like that one there. And let's give this a minute for these to show up. That's one I added earlier, but so we don't have the option to download those. But here's one we can download because those other ones I downloaded earlier. So we'll click this. And I mean, look at this post here. It has 381 likes, 18 comments. That's obviously a viral image there. It got a lot of attention, and it would be good for us to copy that, maybe use that on Facebook. And the nice thing about this this part of it, the active source, is that it shows you the entire post, not just the preview like we were saying earlier. Here's one, 278 likes, so that's a good one. Let's click download. I like this one, download 386. That's a real popular one. This was just a really nice image there. Let's go ahead and add that one. We'll add all of them. So now that I've added these, you can go into the designer. I really didn't get much use out of this. Again, I just set this up today. Maybe I would use it more in the future. But what I didn't like about this is that it's pretty basic. So in the designer, you'd pull up your image there. On the right, you can see we can add text to that. So put this little text box, which you can type whatever you want in there. You can add additional images. So if we want to add this image to there, I guess it's going to make me add the text first. So either way, I didn't get much use out of the designer. I really, maybe Peter can explain that better on the sales page. You'll see more information about that. But the designer, the idea behind it is that you would modify the images that you have before you repost them. But for my purposes, again, I'm just looking for viral content. I can use other people's images, and I'm really not too concerned about customizing it. I guess if you're doing an ad campaign and you want to put your logo on there or something like that, you can do that. But either way, the designer to me I didn't get much use out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just click back and go into the publisher. This is where you start to get the real power of the plugin. All right. What you want to do is you click this new social post here. You select your media from your media library, which we just added all these images. So I'll do this one, the one that I liked. And then click next. Now it's asking what post do you want to associate this with, and I'm just going to choose a post from my blog here, and it will actually fill in the information, the title of the post and some of the information from my post, and it will give you a preview of what this will look like when we publish it to social networks. The other thing I want to mention about this step is where it says shorten your link here. You have two options, either bit.ly or the Google URL shortener. Now, I didn't set either one of these up yet. but I would suggest doing that again when you go through the tutorials that Peter has, and set that up, and it will make it so that when you post it, it will use a shortened link, which will help you with tracking or whatever. Plus it will make the post URL a little bit shorter. I guess that's obvious. So let's go ahead and click next, and here we have again the preview, so you can double check. Only this time it shows the URL. If we had used the shortened URL, it would show the short one here. Alright, now the fourth step is the publishing schedule, and you can either do this instant or schedule it for later. We'll do instant for the example. Now it's asking me, where do I want to post this? Which social profile? To Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, or Tumblr? I set up a Tumblr just for this example, and we'll use that. So I click the share now. It's going to pull up Tumblr on the left. And there you have it. Now I changed the image before we posted because the poker image wasn't really relevant to my site. But I'm going to go ahead and click the post button down here. And this way you'll be able to see it published to Tumblr. At the very end, I'll show a clip of the live site so you can see the post on there. But it really looks just like this preview. So thanks again for watching this video. I appreciate you taking the time. If you decide to pick this up, there's a link right underneath this video. If you click that, it will help me. I'll get a percentage of that. I'll be able to keep making reviews for you and look at the software in advance. So thanks again for all your time, and have a good day. Bye.